Diana referred to the problems. The people in Nova Scotia are much the same. That's one of the themes that I've acquired as I go around the province in this campaign as well, is that when I sit down for dinner with people from Argyll or from Yarmouth or from whatever, the same as having dinner with people from any other part of the province. The conversations are the same, the concerns are the same, the issues are the same. I myself I'm originally from a little village in rural Cape Breton called Christmas Island. I'm sure you all have been there many times. I've lived for the last number of years in Halifax. I'm the person that called the Halifax lawyer in this campaign, but don't hold that against me. One of the things I do want to talk about is as I said, when you go around the province, you find that people are very much the same. But the opportunities for people in this province are quite different. One of the things that has concerned me most was the census figures that came out about a month ago, because they really kind of clarified what I think many of us felt was going on in Nova Scotia. Those census figures told us that in Nova Scotia there are 4 counties in the center of the province which are thriving and growing and prospering. And the rest of the province, the 14 counties to the west and to the east, they're not growing. I recall the census figures reveal that for the first time in many years, Digby County is now below 19,000 people. And it's going down, Annapolis is going down, Yarmouth is going down. All the counties west of Kings are reducing in population. And I think the numbers show, and we all know that it's not just across the board that we're losing people, it's our young people. People are getting a good education at our education institutions, and many of them are leaving. We cannot sustain our communities if that continues. What we're in danger of having in Nova Scotia is 2 Nova Scotias. A prosperous, thriving central core and western and eastern wings where most of the people actually live, but which are dying. And it's the role of the government, provincial government's role, is to make sure that we don't allow that to happen. And we just cannot have provincial government that sits in Halifax passively watching the populations of our counties in the east and the west drifting away. And there are definite things which the government can do. Was it Junior or was it Robert who referred earlier to the highways? Now, if we're going to have businesses in Yarmouth and Digby and Shelburne counties, for example, or in Antigonish, Guysborough, Cape Breton, competing with the rest of the world, they cannot have access to highways which are much inferior to the people they're competing with. Now, we need a level playing field in this province. The government's role is to provide infrastructure so that people can compete in the marketplace. The smart people, the ambitious, the hardworking people of Nova Scotia have a chance to compete with everybody else. One of the anecdotes I often tell in this, my friends Diana and others have tried to hear me say anecdotes over and over again, is that when I was a young boy growing up in rural Cape Breton, if I were to drive to Montreal or Boston, you drive through Nova Scotia to the border, and it would be a pretty good road. You get to New Brunswick, and it would just be a disaster for about 3-4 hours. Then you get to the Maine or to the Quebec border, and you good roads again. Well, it's the reverse now. In our lifetime, in the last 20 years, that's completely turned around. And now you leave Digby, or you leave Christmas Island, and you go through bad roads for a couple of hours. You finally hit the twin highways, then you go to New Brunswick, and it's a pleasure. It's completely turned around. They have a government that took less resources than we have, a poorer province, with a smaller population, and they focused their attention and priorities on doing the right thing. They recognized the importance of infrastructure and focused on that and kept their eye on it and did it. Now we have a provincial government and a federal government where Peter MacKay And Angus McIsaac, Minister of Transportation, had a press conference in Glasgow a month ago and announced that, they described in detail how important it is for Nova Scotia to have twin highways, how important it is for our safety and for economic development, and they announced that over the next 4 years, they're going to extend twin highways east of New Glasgow 8 kilometers. You know, we all be getting gone, those children will be grandparents by the time they get to Antigonish. And my point is, you know, government is about identifying priorities. There are resources available to provincial government. The provincial government has resources available to it. A good government is a government that says there are important things and there are secondary things. And we have to use our resources smartly, efficiently, and with precision to get what we need to overcome that trend towards the western and eastern parts of this province becoming second tier in Nova Scotia. So that's one of the themes I want to be emphasizing. You'll hear more about that when you come to Halifax and Dartmouth for the convention in a couple of weeks. I guess it'll be 2 weeks this evening. We'll know, Diana. I guess one of us will be celebrating and the rest of us will be congratulating. It'll be a great weekend. I look forward to seeing some of you there. Hopefully most of you there. I do ask for your support. The speeches will be on Friday evening. Should be a great time. We'll make sure that there's no hockey games interfering with speeches. And they should be so good that you would even mind this hockey game. So look forward to seeing you in Dartmouth. Would ask for your support. Thank you very much for the great dinner this evening.
Thank you.